Once upon a time, there was a 6-year-old girl named Emma who lived in a small village. Emma loved exploring and had a vivid imagination. One day, she heard a legend from her grandmother about a magical tree in the forest near their house. It was said that this tree could grant wishes and bring unexpected friendships. As soon as Emma heard this story, she immediately wanted to explore the forest. The next morning, Emma packed a water bottle, some cookies, and a small flashlight her grandmother had given her into her backpack. As soon as she stepped into the forest, the chirping of birds, the rustling leaves dancing in the wind, and the fresh scent of the earth welcomed her. The forest was a magical place filled with colorful flowers, birds making different sounds, and leaves gently rustling. Everything was so beautiful, but Emma was carefully moving forward, hoping to find the legendary magical tree. While walking, she heard a small voice coming from the bushes. "Chirp, chirp, help me!" Emma bent down towards the sound and saw a baby squirrel trapped in a small hole. There were some thorny branches at the edges of the hole, and the squirrel was struggling to get out. "Don't worry, I'll help you," said Emma, as she carefully pulled the thorns out of the way and helped the squirrel out of the hole. The little squirrel immediately climbed onto Emma's shoulder and started chirping happily. "My name is Benny. Thank you so much. If you're looking for the magical tree, I can help you." Emma, surprised, asked, "How can you talk?" Benny laughed and replied, "Everyone in this forest can talk, as long as you have a heart that understands. And I can tell your heart is full of friendship." Emma smiled, and they continued deeper into the forest. Along the way, they passed through a tunnel made of tall trees. This tunnel looked dark and a little scary to Emma. Benny said, "Don't be afraid. Put your hand on my shoulder and we'll go through together." With Benny's courage, Emma felt stronger, and they easily made their way through the tunnel. At the end of the tunnel, they saw a glowing clearing and found fireflies dancing there. Emma was in awe of the sight. After a while, they came across a little depth with a stream flowing through it, shining like a rainbow. "Anyone who drinks from the water of this magical stream will form an even stronger bond of friendship," Benny explained. They both dipped their hands into the water and drank, and the warmth of the water made them both feel happy. As they crossed the stream, Emma found a few shiny stones and gave one to Benny. "Let this stone remind us of this day," she said. Benny happily took the stone. Later, they came across a giant mushroom. It was so big that they could shelter underneath it. Benny said, "This mushroom is one of the calmest places in the forest." They decided to rest for a bit, and Emma told Benny about her village and other legends she had heard from her grandmother. Benny shared his own adventures in the forest. A strong bond had formed between them. As they continued their journey, they reached a clearing. In the middle of the clearing was a magical pond that resembled a mirror. The water didn't reflect Emma's image, but a happy memory. It was the moment her grandmother first told her a story, and Emma laughed joyfully. Benny said, "This pond shows you the most beautiful memories in your heart." Emma smiled and thought, "This forest is truly magical." Further ahead, they reached a small bridge made of thin branches covered in moss. An owl was sitting at the entrance of the bridge. The owl said, "To cross this bridge, you must solve a riddle." Emma and Benny worked together to solve the owl's riddles. What always goes up but never comes down? When the owl posed the riddle, Emma excitedly replied, "I think I know the answer. It's age." The owl flapped its wings and said, "Correct. You may pass." The two of them laughed as they crossed the bridge. Finally, they arrived at the magical tree. It sparkled with golden leaves, and lights like stars were falling from its branches. Surrounding the tree were colorful flowers and tiny fairies fluttering around. Emma and Benny stopped under the tree and made a wish. Emma said, "We want to stay friends forever." The tree whispered, "This golden leaf will protect your friendship for eternity," and handed them a golden leaf. Emma and Benny returned to the village with the golden leaves in their hands. From that day on, whenever Emma visited the forest, Benny would be there waiting for her. Together, they continued to have fun and educational adventures. Watching the dancing fireflies, playing in the rainbow stream, and sharing stories under the mushroom became their favorite things to do. And so, Emma learned the power of friendship and realized that the most precious treasure in life is a friendship built on love.